Welcome back to Film Fanatics. My name's Miles, and today we're talking about The Creator. Now, The Creator was a phenomenal, fantastic, wonderful, and it had me elated. This movie was phenomenal. And let me tell you something, I thoroughly enjoyed this, but I saw it twice to make sure I'm delivering you all the best content, but I got the feeling with both screenings that people didn't feel it as much as me. I got the feeling that more people were kind of feeling how a lot of people were feeling about Avatar 2, and with the big jump in time from the first movie to the second movie, it was honestly kind of hard to get invested into those new characters, especially with how that story goes going forward in that Avatar movie. But with this movie, I could not help but feel every moment. Because let's be realistic, I know, and you know, a lot of people who would sit down and would be crushed if their AI girlfriend died. So, you could sit back and nitpick it and do this and that and the third, but I think it's more of a piece for, accepting different types of people. I think there's a lot of underlying messages, a lot that I can't get into today. But like I said, I think, on the surface level, I think if they had AI people, people would definitely be feeling the same way about them. But before I get into my breakdown, my review, what I thought, my pros and my cons, what I think about the movie, I want to go ahead and say thank you all so much to my 68 subscribers. You all make this so much better. And if you already subscribed and you're already here, then you already know that the whole point of this channel is so that one day we can have a movie theater fashioned so we can watch The Dark Knight in 10,000 millimeters. I have a vision, I have a goal, and I'm not going to let anybody deter me from that. And only you can help me. So hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. So we start off with our main character, Joshua, as he was an undercover American agent after a bomb strike Los Angeles and America declared war on AI, sending up essentially a Death Star. Now, this motherfucker was badass. This actually created a lot of plot holes, but at the same time, the concept of that was badass, and you best believe it. They did something like this in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, where they were going to send this up and be able to kill people from the sky, but this is a motherfucker. But Joshua is an undercover American spy sent in to kind of find out who is in charge of the weapons and the AI. So it's not like some military thing. It's more like sort of a secret cult between humans and AIs, and understanding that they have this bond that they're working against the West in America. So he eventually impregnates her, really likes her, has a good relationship with her, but she eventually finds out he is a spy, leading her to flee away, and a bomb hits, separating them both, leaving him to think that they were dead. Him and his child, and Maya, that's her name in the movie, who she creates a weapon that is a child. And we learn this a little bit later after a little bit of time passes where the army recruits Joshua for a little solo mission to go find the weapon. And, with the Death Star thing up in the sky, it's called like Normata or something like that. With that up in the sky, if y'all have the location, why the hell did they send in real people? Blow this motherfucker up. That's what y'all been doing. That's what the plan was. Why the hell do I have to go in here and risk my life? Just blow it up. And they eventually do. But before they do, Joshua and this little ragtag team that shows you just the realism of the war and how that captured. And I love the way the film does that. Really going on a tangent right here, but the film does a great job of showing what a war is. I got hints of maybe the Full Metal Jacket Vietnam style war style here. Maybe understanding like the characters feeling like, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this? Understanding a lot of these different things. Because I understand, like, if I was there, I'd be like, yo, so you're telling me we blow up these things just for fun? Like, why, we know where the weapon's at. Blow this motherfucker up. Send 2 nukes. Like, I'm not playing around. But Joshua eventually is the only one that's able to find the weapon because most of his team is taken out because this is a heavily guarded, underground bunker that they find somewhere in, I guess it's Thailand. But I'm not sure where the movie will say it's at, but, it's Thailand. But, they go down there and Joshua finds that it's just a kid, and the kid escapes, and a whole slew of explosions, shooting, just warfare, people dying. It was awesome. It was crazy to see on the screen. And it had a certain realism to it because you would never know when people were going to die. And I really liked that. It had a Game of Thrones-esque to it. But Joshua eventually links up with the child, takes the child, and is just walking around because the government manipulated him to go on the mission for his dead wife. And it's like, that is like a major like thread. Like, why would you do that? Like, the government, I don't understand why the government would ever do that. Like that I guess that's why I say there's a lot of things you can nitpick with this movie, and I think that's what a lot of people did do with this movie, especially watching it. But I think if you just leave that alone, because like that will make the movie, these little things just happening, coincidence. There's a lot of faith that goes into this movie, a lot of animals carrying out things that humans or AIs were supposed to do. So overall, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of elements to this movie that are just because and that are just happening. And if you look at it through that viewpoint, you can kind of forgive it for a couple of the plot holes. Because like I said, like, bro, I'm not sending in no American lives. We got $1 billion heat sinking missile in the sky. We them boys. So, y'all go home. My boy in Los Angeles, California on the computer is about to blow this motherfucker up. Watch this, CCTV. But eventually, like I said, Joshua and Alfie, that's what they call her throughout the movie. They eventually find out that she can stop all technology. So they go kind of on a little rogue hunt to look for Maya because he doesn't know kind of what happened to her at this point, but she's basically almost dead. So they travel and they eventually find more AIs and understanding that Joshua's connected because Maya imprinted the embryo of their child onto this child. So technically that's his child. She doesn't look black. She looks full Asian, but hey, whatever. But check this out. Eventually keeps going to where they get to a point where they eventually find her. They turn her off life support. A lot more action scenes happen. Like I said, you got to see this. There's a lot of explosions, a lot of crazy deaths, a lot of people died at just crazy times. I really love those aspects of the movie. It keeps you on the edge of the seat. This is one of those movies that I was thoroughly locked into. Like, I really wanted it to keep going. Like, it's not often you really want to see a movie keep going. There's points where you're like, dang, I want this to end. And even at like seeing this twice, it's like, wow, like you just anticipate just how great of a movie this is. So they eventually get to the idea that she has to go up to the ship and destroy it somehow because she's able to stop power and stuff like that, and that would be very lucrative and a leg up in the war, destroying this armada in the sky. But it's kind of impossible. So what ends up happening is after they turn off Maya, they get her consciousness because there's a little plot device in there where the government can kind of reactivate your mind a little bit and put it into something else for a short amount of time, which is crazy. They do it just to get a little information out of you while you're already dead. Insanity. But that's war, fellas. So, but they eventually get to the point where they get to the ship, a lot of plot holes, a lot of things going on, a lot of just plot armor going there. They eventually get to the top. She shuts it down, and I don't know why she didn't stop the little machine that was trying to kill him, but the machine tries to get her. Freaking Joshua slams it closed, ends up forcing it shut, which it couldn't open. Then freaking Alfie, she turns off the little machine. They get to a point where they blew up the whole ship. Now the whole armada is blowing up, and they realize they can't get the door open. And now we're stuck with Joshua looking at Alfie. And I'm telling you, dog, this is, you can't, this movie hit it, bro. This movie hit it. Please go see this movie. This movie hit it on the nose. Joshua has to sacrifice his life to let the AI go. A whole transformation over the movie because most of humans just think they're turning off AI. They're not really killing them. But these AIs have a lot of feeling. And I think the movie does a really good job because they are CGI, they are fake, or they are motion captured. So I think the movie does a really good job of getting you to care about these types of beings, especially in a movie. Because I definitely felt it. So when they brought his wife back a little bit with the little plot device over there and they kissed and they died, oh my goodness, I felt that in my soul. And then then Alfie fell down to the freaking earth, oh my god, and she cried and they were laughing because oh my god, that victory. And I love the way the movie makes you side with people you might have not thought to side with and seeing another side of what maybe America might be doing. Hey, War is war, guys, and you would not want to be over there on that side while they were throwing bombs just everywhere. So just thank God for where you were at and understand, like, just keep it on pushing. But that's kind of how the movie ends. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was amazing. It's really reminiscent of Rogue One. So it's a multitude of movies that you could pull from. Jack and the Beanstalk, just the idea of heaven, earth, coincidences, rubber, all different movies play a super different fact in this movie. But if you made it to this point, I thoroughly recommend you going and checking this out and giving it a chance and looking at this movie. It was phenomenal. It was amazing. But once again, thank you so very much to my subscribers, my future subscribers, and everyone who likes, comments, and subscribes. And let's have a conversation. What did you feel about the movie? How did you like it? How did you perceive it? What did you take away? What did it remind you of? Let's have a safe conversation in the comments. And I just want everyone to know, have a great rest of your day. Keep living and love yourselves.